a quick live session because I got a subscriber tip. Someone who's been messaging me quite a bit recently, and it's Tim Thompson. Tim has given me a tip, a better way to do something that I've shown in a video, and I wanted to share it with you folks. So, what I've shown in the past is where you want to be good at visual strike detection, and that's why I use this bright braid. I'm actually testing out the. I've used Power Pro quite a bit, but I'm playing around with the Seaguar braid, that bright orange. Orange. What color is that? I don't know what it is. It's green, but it is an orange. Usually I do the yellow Power Pro. I'm testing out the Seaguar braid to see if I like it. But you'll notice what's coming off there. It's not bright. It's black. And then you get to, ooh, there's the bright color. What I've done, what I've shown how to do in the past is taking a Sharpie marker and I put my thumb down on it, and I joke with Tim, like I end up looking like my fingertips have been all gooped up by eating the black jelly beans and they melted. It's less messy. His tip for how to do this, and I think it might even be a little bit less expensive, but for the application of this transition from, you're basically adding black to this so that when it lays on the surface and you have the reflection of the trees that's dark, right? The brightly colored braid shows up, but if you have the reflection of the sky, it's nice to have the alternating, because the black will show up good, but then the bright will not. So the tip is, and I'm gonna pull some line off and show. I've already done part of this line. Tim's tip. Thanks, Tim. Regular fat tip marker, but look at that. What's going on there? See that line down the center? I took a blade. Could be a razor blade. I think I just had a regular knife there, and I slit right down the middle. And that channel, you take that, and I'm not getting it in my hands. You lay the braid down in there like that, and you just pull. And look what that does. That's cleaner. I'm gonna go a little further with that one. But it's this alternating, and honestly, there are some lines out there. I think Fireline does a tracer that's similar to this. Or I don't know. There are braids out there that do this, but they all fade with time. And to have that little bit of, to be able to reapply it yourself. And I'm gonna keep this in my truck so I can reapply as needed. I just thought that was a cool way to do it, and I'm not getting it all over my fingertips. So, good tip there, Tim. Appreciate it, bud. Anyhow, I will stop with that. I do want to talk about this. It's a new reel. I got the Pflueger Supreme XT. Strung it up on this is an old Legend tournament. It's one that I chopped the butt because kayak anglers don't like to have it rubbing on the PFD. I actually really chopped it short because my kids used this way back in the day. And this is a 7'6" medium light. It's no longer 7'6". Fast action. So I have this set up with something that, and look, I've already messed it up, but something that I've been playing around with. Well, let me come back to the reel. I bought the reel with my gift certificate from the Blotchy Bass Bonanza. I think I'm up to $250. I got this $180 reel for free for just uploading photos of the fish. I went to Bass Pro Shops earlier this week and you know, did a little canning there on just upload fish pictures. Does the mouth have to be closed? Does the tail have to be this? So you touch. But I would ask that if you're doing this, get your hand off. You're not winning in terms of what are my top 5. It's just that every fish uploaded is an entry in the Blotchy Bass Bonanza. Anyway, what's up, Dana? You know, I got some of my friends involved. I know some other people have logged on. This helps the biologist, and then you get a shot at the you know, at gift certificates, which is pretty cool. I know a lot of people are going to be going for numbers this weekend on the Susquehanna because they have, and we're closing in. I think we're closing in on 100. I think when it goes to 100, I think it's at 89. If you haven't signed up, go on TourneyX, and you're gonna find the Native Watercraft Big Bass Power Hour, No Limits Big Bass Power Hour. It's got a lot of words on it, but whatever. It's on the Susquehanna. So hey, John, you know, sign up. Even if you know you're you're on the fence about doing this, is it worth it? It's something that once, right now, with it being over 75 anglers every hour. So say it starts, I forget when it starts. Does it start at 6? No, it starts maybe at 7. Between 7 and 8, whoever gets the biggest fish in that hour gets $750. Between 8 and 9, another person, whoever gets the biggest fish in that 1 hour period, gets $750. If we can bump our numbers up, and I think we were, last I checked, it was at 89. We're close. Can we push it over 100? And then that 750 becomes a, you know, it becomes 1,000. So Jeff is asking, can I use my rock proof? No, not in the, you cannot use a jet boat in a kayak fishing tournament. Nice try, Jeff. Anyhow, you know, this would be a great numbers. So that's biggest fish, but the other part of the tournament is how many 14-inch fish can you put up in the whole time, right? In the duration of the tournament. And the videos I've been doing with the big scented jerk shad, that's a big fish game. That's not a numbers game. So one of the numbers, you know, in the tournament, you just have to read the rules. I'm not doing a great job of explaining it, but it's either $750 or $1,000 for every the biggest fish in each of those hour-long blocks. But then whoever has the most number of inches of fish over, you know, over 14 inches, so 14 inches and better, that person's going to win a kayak. I think there's like 3 kayaks that are up for grabs. So it's a pretty cool tournament. Good, you know, mixing up of kayak fishing, how they're framed up. So I missed the comment. Somebody asked what states are eligible. 2 different tournaments I'm talking about. The Blotchy Bass Bonanza, which is on the My Catch app, is I think it's US and Canada. And it goes through November. So sign up for that. That's a no-brainer. Everyone that's going to the KBF National Championship in a couple weeks and fishing on Kentucky Lake, yeah, double dip. Take your pictures, upload them to Blotchy Bass. You know, that will certainly, you know, you're probably going to win some gift certificates if you don't win the Kayak Bass Fishing National Championship. The second one is the Native Watercraft Big Bass Power Hour. You sign up for that on TourneyX, and that's on the Susquehanna River. So hopefully that answered. But the numbers thing, if you're trying to get numbers of fish for this tournament this weekend, one, spinnerbait, cross as many current seams as you can with a spinnerbait. That's going to get you numbers. But this is one, this underspin, no problem, John. I got stuff on it already. This thing, I still have to edit the video, but I had, and you'll see the video next week, and I'm giving you a preview of what I'm doing. The underspin is a bait that I'd never used on the river. I really set it up to do the bigger scented jerk shad. That didn't work so great. I mean, I caught some fish, but it wasn't that effective because I had to slow it down. Underspins, and I'll explain briefly. You have the blade on the bottom, blade, just like spinner baits, give the bait lift. But you have a component that's giving it lift that's underneath the part that gives it the sink. And what it wants to do is it wants to turn upside down. So you have a certain speed that this moves, and if you rush it, it corkscrews. So the presentation with an underspin has to be slow. I did it. I did it with the smaller ones, and I had a really good last 2 hours on the water once I figured out, hey, these smaller underspins, which I think Sunday I have the video on how I make these, and then probably early next week once I'm done editing, I'll do the video that shows, and you know, stuff that size, I'm catching, you know, some bigger fish. I think the biggest one I got was 18 and a half. But great numbers, terrific numbers. Yo, okay, I'll be in a second. Just got the dinner call. Anyhow, look for some videos on the underspin in rivers. I'm excited to try this on some reservoirs. In my travels, I actually launch early next week. I go to Georgia, I go to Alabama, go to Tennessee for the Kayak Bass Fishing National Championship, end up in Arkansas, Missouri, maybe Oklahoma. Do I make it to Kansas? A bunch of dealer visits. But look for some videos on the underspin. Sign up for the Blotchy Bass Bonanza. Help those biologists out. And if you're within driving distance of Harrisburg this weekend, man, please sign up. Help us push over, you know, get over that 100 angler mark so that it is $1,000 every hour. I have a lot of donations, and I've done that in previous videos where we have the Lower Susquehanna River Keeper side pot. Whoever gets the biggest bass in the whole thing that enters that side pot is going to win half the money. The other half the money goes to the River Keeper, and that's important to take care of the folks that protect our rivers. Look up who your River Keeper is at either, I think it's riverkeeper.org or waterkeeper.org. But I have mine for my local fisheries in here. I know who those people are whose full-time job is protecting the river. The other part of that is I have a lot of different prizes on a prize table for whoever enters the side pot for this. There's a tan black pack that I got coming to me on Friday. I got the Lakeside Manufacturing Sidekick Mini. I got a whole lot of Z-Man stuff, some really nice packages that I've put together. Watch the videos. I got, you know, some kayak cushions from Innovative Sportsman. I've got gift certificates from Susquehanna Fishing Tackle and Blue Mountain Outfitters, and I mean, I could keep going. There's Delaware Paddle Sports gave us a bunch of stuff. There's a lot of really cool stuff, and I feel bad if I missed it, but go back and watch those videos. It just says prizes. That's this tournament this Saturday. Sign up. I'll be there. Come by and say hi after you compete. We are ending the tournament, having all that prize table at the southern end of City Island in Harrisburg. That's where we wrap this thing up on Saturday. So hope to see some of you there, and sign up. Thanks for watching. See ya. Where do I end this? Pink, right there. End.